Welcome back to the Tastebuds podcast. And as always, it's Drew, aka Big Red Belly.
Ben, aka Sauce.
And Kenneth, also known as Infinite K.
We got a great episode. As always, coming at you guys. We are in the midst of the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals, baseball, college stuff, regular baseball, off-season talk. It's all good stuff. Before we get into that, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing Taste-tacular today. I unfortunately
Okay.
didn't work today, so it wasn't completely taste-tacular, but I have been moving and grooving, slicing and dicing, running some errands, going to class, and yeah, it's a good day. We did miss our Monday normal pod window
That has not been
because
normal.
It's not normal. Not
well, we did with
necessarily
Jaden and
normal.
Ryan last week.
That's true, but for the last
But
like 3 weeks, it's been off.
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know if y'all forgot, but I forgot until like
Yesterday?
midnight. Yeah, that we were supposed to pod on Mondays.
I didn't
I
forget.
it just has not been the schedule,
Yeah.
so I don't even expect it.
There's no
But yeah,
100% guaranteed schedule for us.
yeah, exactly. We don't. We tried it in the beginning of the week, but that's what keeps our viewers on our toes.
Yep. Kenneth, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Got the day off because my sister, shout out her. I streamed earlier
She
today.
took a shift.
Yeah. I didn't want to work. But yeah, streamed earlier, and that's it.
Heard. Okay, let's jump into this thing. Does everyone want to start off with the first topic?
So we've got game 1 of the NBA Finals. Last week was before the NBA Finals. This week is game 1 and game 2 of the NBA Finals that happened. Tyrese Halliburton hits a game winner, and Pacers win game 1. What a game.
Yes.
What a comeback. Pacers are doing something else, doing something different this year. Coming back, Halliburton has hit four 20 plus comebacks or something. The Pacers have or something. Was that like they came
Halliburton
back
has 4 clutch shots to either tie or win the game.
in the past 4 series?
Yes, he has one each series. He has a layup against Giannis. He has the missed free throw against the Cavs. He has the bounce into overtime against the Knicks. And, of course, he has the full court stop on a dime beat midi against OKC.
Yeah.
Yep.
All different type of shots, from three-pointers to mid-range shots to layups, every single one bang.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
it's insane.
That's pretty much it for game 1. And then
I have some things.
Unless you have stuff. You have stuff for it?
Of course.
Go for it.
Of course. Kind of off the dome piece here, but speaking on how the Pacers won this game, first off, you have to mention whenever you talk about the Pacers is the mentality that they play basketball with. It's a mentality of non-quitting, but it's also a mentality of doing everything on the margins. I can't tell you how many times that I've seen when, for whatever reason, the defensive coverage breaks down and there's a wide open guy in the corner. Every single time it feels, even though they're NBA players and they know it doesn't matter, some guy will go close out. Players don't do that anymore. It's from little stuff to that, from never giving up, from like Rick Carlisle, like taking timeouts and never like making sure that they're like defeated. Even in like when they're getting blown out, they are still. You never feel like it's over because they have had so many comebacks. They've had so many comebacks because they've been so consistent and they just play with such intensity. Obviously, they get up and down the court. Obviously, they're ball pressuring from full court or whatever the defensive scheme needs. And yeah, it was that's what culminated in them winning game 1, along with OKC shooting bad.
Yeah, and I absolutely love their people closing out. Like I love Luke Cornett and
his little
his
fake
closeout.
closeout.
Yeah, and there's this statistic where they shoot 20% on 3-pointers when he does that in his career.
Really?
So, I mean, maybe it helps because they also said his standing or jumping, his arm fully extended. He's 10'4", so they may not even be able to see the basket when they're doing
It
their jump
blocks
shot.
out the sun. That's what it's called. It's called the total. It's called the block of total eclipse. You didn't know that,
But
but
I love that. I'm not an NBA player, but when people are shooting open three, I'll clap or yell or I'll close
mhm.
out or something. So it's nice that even if they are defeated, the Pacers are on a possession and there's a wide open 3-pointer. They don't let the guy set their feet, look at the
That's what I
ball,
mean. Like the
twirl the
little
ball.
stuff. Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
like that. That's
they
just
go over there,
obviously.
close out, even though if it doesn't really
Mhm.
help that much.
But on how they won that game, I don't even know. What do you guys think of Shea's performance in Game 1?
I didn't really watch the game.
He had a
Yeah,
lot of shots.
I was studying.
He was studying. He had obviously he dropped 38, and he was the only guy that had a shot going. But he took a lot of shots. And some people are saying it wasn't that good of a game because he didn't play make enough. But this is kind of a fun statistic. In the last 3 series, he has taken more shots in Game 1 than he has any other game in the series, and it showed up again. Where he basically he just shot chucks and really shoots a bunch in Game 1 to feel out of the opponent and get his shot going. And then he slows down, play makes more Game 2, and gets more efficient in Game 2. And that's exactly what he did in this series. And in Game 2, it also was the fact that people were making shots, and Chet was unbelievable defensively. Which do we want to cycle into Game 2?
Go for it.
Series is tied 1-1. Shea had an unbelievable Game 2. Better than Game 1, in my opinion, just because of how he got the team involved. Chet on switching and basically playing pick and roll is what really shut Hallie down in the first 3 quarters. He was nasty, and that's another reason why I love Chet and Mobley so much is because they can switch at the level, and especially when you have a guy that isn't super speed like Hallie, even though if he can break you off the dribble, if you've seen sometimes, but it really messed him up. He also was not aggressive enough. He needs to find more of a mid-range shot. He shoots 50% on mid-ranges, but that's what he needs to find. And he's usually just a 3-point and basket guy or pass, drive and kick. And their defensive coverage really shut him down, and everyone just played good. Aaron Wiggins saved basketball. That was awesome. And the usual defensive intensity that OKC brings showed up again, like it always does. And the Pacers didn't get it done. Are you guys worried about Hallie in the series? Because he's had 2 bad games in a row.
Mm,
I've got
I don't
no
know.
comment on this.
I
Well,
I don't know.
fun facts. If you look at the entire regular season and the playoffs up to this point, his lowest usage rate have been against OKC in the regular season, and that
It's
has persisted.
25%, right?
Yeah, exactly. They try to get him moving off ball because their on ball pressure is so insane. They switch everything in their starting lineup, and yeah, he needs to be more aggressive and shoot middies. He's still playmaking good. Obviously, that's his superpower. But there was a time in Jokic's career, and I'm thinking about these the best passers in the game, and even sometimes in LeBron's career, when these pass first guys that are so good at passing sometimes don't hunt their shot as much. If you remember early Jokic, there were some playoff games where he only took 4 shots because he thought he was being selfless. He thought he was being a team player. But then, obviously, now you realize Jokic is dropping 40 whenever he wants to. I don't think
Yeah.
Hallie can get to that level as a scorer, but I do think that he needs to try to get to a 25 points a game. That's his level.
Yeah.
That's where he can really affect the game. And obviously he hasn't done that. He saved game one with a clutch shot, so he didn't get much hate, but he was not good rest of the game. And he had a run in the fourth quarter this game. He only had 5 points up until the fourth quarter in this game. And he started actually like attacking the drop and shooting a lot more middies. His three ball wasn't falling, and that kind of screwed him. But yeah, he's gonna have to be more aggressive. And I don't know. I don't know how you stop this OKC team, especially if they're hitting shots.
Yeah. Also, another stat is that the Pacers are the first team in NBA history to lose a game by 15 or more points in 4 different series in one playoff run. So it's, I mean, you get the good, bad, and the ugly with this team, with Tyrese hitting a game tying or game winning shot in every single series, and the team also losing by 15 or more in every single series.
It's interesting. Do you think there's any way that they should re-switch their coverages to stop Shea? Because he is eating. They can't guard him.
I mean, their team's so good.
I
If
think
you put all the coverage on Shea, then J Dub's gonna eat, Chet's gonna eat.
well, J-Dub has not been eating. He's sucked both games. But I have, at least as a jump shooter, he's been bad. He's been great defensively and running the floor. I have an idea because something that Shea has done in both games is he has dissected when they bring two to the pick and roll or to the pick and pop. They bring two defenders to the screener, and then he has either denied it or split it. He is so good at splitting the screen. Have you seen him when he does that? When there's a screen, he moves, and then there's two defenders in front of him, and he basically just cuts right in between them. Have you seen him do that before?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. That's one of his best things he does. I think what they need to do is they need to stop bringing two to the level. Like, they need to stop like guarding two people on him. They need to have one guy in drop, which is tough because when Shea does split it or deny it, they're running 3-on-4 defense. Which, I mean, it's just tough to do. And Shea's just going to make a pass, and there's going to be a wide open guy. So they need to change the way that they attack a screen. They just have a guy fight over it and either force Shea to shoot and hope he misses the three ball, or just try to get back, be physical. Another thing, I think they need to switch their coverage into zone. Pacers have not played a lot of zone the entire year, but this playoff run, the OKC Thunder, when facing zone, shoot a three ball 55% of possessions. And if you're thinking of how to stop a team like this, if they are relying on the three ball more than 55% of the time, and say they shoot below 31 time, which they have done before, like, that is definitely you're playing the variance card, and that could be a way to stop them. And I looked at those numbers, and I know the Pacers don't run zone. They haven't really all year. They run zone the least, like the fifth most least in the NBA. But that could be a way to really put a ceiling on this offense. And then they just need to figure out a way to stop Shea from getting downhill, but also somehow get around the pick and roll. The pick and roll is tough. That is where he is. He can just create so many advantages, especially if they bring two to it. But those are my thoughts. Those are my in-depth thoughts presented by Better. Yes.
I mean, you said OKC in 6. That's looking pretty good right now. Does that hold true still for you?
OKC in 5 is still very real in my mind.
I mean, yeah, I had the Pacers winning 1 at home, and then that's it. But
Yeah,
obviously, they won 1 on the road.
My guess is that they win this one right here. Again, I think the first finals game in Indiana in so long. And then OKC wins 3 straight. That's my guess, if I were a betting man. Like just the energy of the Pacers, and then again the coach does not get enough credit. He's genius. He won up the Mavs too. Rick Carlisle. He's been so good in game adjustments, timeouts. He's one of the reasons that this is so good. He's like a top 3 coach in the NBA, said by players and everybody else. But he's going to come out with a new scheme. They're going to be physical. It's going to be Pacers home court, first finals in a long time. I think they'll win this game, and then OKC wins 3 straight. That's my guess.
I still think it goes to 7.
Why?
Because that's what I said, and I'm sticking with it.
Heard. My only problem with that is that usually something that the OKC has done, whether it's against Jokic, whether against Ant, is that they have a defensive coverage that they go into the series with. And whether it's the last 2 games or the closeout game, they bring out a trump card. They did against Ant by completely switching up coverages, and they did it with Jokic by sending Caruso in Game 7. And both of those guys had their worst game that game. And Hallie isn't already doing good. Like, I don't know, like they have other way. Like right now, they just basically have Kassan Wallace on him, but they have so many other tools, and like he was attacking the drop coverage in the 4th quarter. If they just go away from that, his scoring bag is even worse against this team. And I think all that combined, like I think it's going to be 5 or 6 from what I'm looking at. I wish it would go 7. I wish the Pacers would win. That's just not what I see.
Heard?
Oh wait, never mind.
What?
Wow. So Thunder to win in 5 is plus 200. Thunder to win in 6 is plus 250, and Thunder to win in 7 is plus 285. So right around the same for all 3 of those, with in 5 and in 6 being more favored than in
Did you hear
7.
me?
What?
My whole
You
like
said 5 or 6?
breakdown of the defense and stuff. Yeah, I did okay.
Yeah. And
I don't
so
know. I heard the Discord on and off thing, like entering and leaving.
yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, it's about all we have for the finals. Game 3 is tomorrow in Indiana. Do y'all think? I mean, you kind of just went over it, but do y'all think Indiana wins one at home? Kenneth, do you think they win both at home, win one at home, or what?
I think they win at least one. I feel like it'll go 1-1 both ways. And then yeah. It'll just
I mean,
be
yeah, Game 7 is the line to get there isn't very crazy. I mean, Pacers win one at home, that's tied 2-2, and then Thunder win Game 5 in OKC, it's 3-2, and then Pacers win Game 6 at home, and then Game 7, obviously it would be OKC if it was OKC in 7, but
Yep.
could happen. I'd love to see it happen.
Why is there so much time in between games?
I
or
don't
rest,
I don't get
I
it.
guess.
I mean, it
No,
makes sense
this
now
never
because they're
happened
going
before.
from
Oh yeah,
OKC
this
to,
makes sense. Like
but
the
I don't
travel
know.
makes
Game 1 and
sense.
2 doesn't make sense.
No,
3
why would you
days.
do that? It took so long. It's fine though.
Because like
Whatever.
it was on what, Sunday, and then now it's gonna be Wednesday, and then Friday, and then Monday again.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like,
And also, the NBA draft is in 15 days.
ooh,
Uh-oh.
T minus.
Did you see the tweet? It was like Sixers when they luck themselves into a top 3 pick, and then they trade back to get quote
Con
Con
Knipple.
Knipple. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
reposted
DJ.
it.
What the? Hey.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Timestamp.
did he say
Somebody
it?
said a bad word. Yeah,
He said, oh, I thought you said the last 4 letters.
I thought you
I
did.
did say it though.
You
I
did.
said it.
Oh,
I said it.
oh.
I did repost that then. That might be why you saw it.
Maybe. But do you think, would you be mad at Con Knipple if you trade it back. Hello.
Well,
Oh. All right. I'm gonna get into some news. Source is called Coast to Coast Brazil. Giannis is in Brazil right now, and I'm taking this
Hello?
with a grain. Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Was I not here?
No.
Why did that keep happening? That's weird. I was saying in this. Oh, yeah. Or are you guys on another topic now?
not
Well,
really.
no.
Oh, I just spent the last like 10 seconds saying Ben. Kenneth. You know that social media post? Did you see a comment about it? Like a comment section? It was the exact same meme with the exact same caption, except the Sixers luck into a top 3 pick, and instead of trading down to get Colin Knipple, they take Ace Bailey, which is
Huh.
kind of like a funny like way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess both could be good, but Ace has so much better like star upside. Con is a good shooter, and that's about it, and a good passer. But defending and rebounding and size stops him, and athleticism. So I like Ace as a upside pick. Okay.
Um. So yeah. As I was saying, there is a report. Sources are quote Coast to Coast Brazil. Giannis is in Brazil right now doing whatever, and
You see him fall.
um, what? Yeah, I saw him slip and fall. But Euro Hoops, with the @ of Euro Hoops net, tweeted, um, Giannis wants to return to the NBA Finals with the Bucks, and it was a quote that says, "The finals are different. I hope to be back soon with the Bucks," says Giannis Antetokounmpo, with the sources being Coast to Coast Brazil, which I haven't seen a video of it, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. But also, a lot of Bucks pages are running with it and adding Shams and saying, "Hey pal, care to comment?" Clown emoji, um, saying everybody
yeah. Is
wants
it
to see
real?
him. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Ben,
yeah,
would you rather him stay with the Bucks and never contend for a championship again in his prime, or leave and still be in his prime on a contending team?
well, I'd rather if I could see into the
I
future and
know,
I
but
knew
I
that.
didn't give you that. I didn't give you that. I didn't give you that option where the Bucks are contenders. I said another
Well, no,
thing. Would you rather him what?
I'm saying if I knew right now that if he stayed with the Bucks that we'd never contend, then yeah, I'd rather him go.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
But yeah,
Because he's older. Everyone's older, but yeah.
speaking of the Milwaukee Bucks, reports came out that Brooke Lopez is most likely gone from the team. Most likely landing spot for betting odds is the
Lakers,
Lakers. Yeah.
classic.
Where would you want to see Brooke Lopez go, if anywhere, or a retirement home?
In a rocking chair.
Go
Yeah,
home. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, he could maybe be a backup center and give it his all for 10 to 15 minutes, but he's just so immobile. Like, he would be unplayable in a Pacers OKC series just because how slow he is. I guess if they got matched up against like the Timberwolves, he could be really useful because Rudy's not fast either. And then you also get to pull Rudy out of the paint with like his shooting ability. Like that specific scenario, he could be really useful, but depends on how much money he's getting, and depends on how much he wants to like be playing. There's a lot of series where he'd be unplayable, like if they played the Warriors or the Rockets or kind of the Nuggets or OKC or the Clippers. Only in the Timberwolves scenario would he be good.
Yep. The
Yeah.
quote from NBA Central is, quote, "That said, I'm not expecting the roster to look the same way it does now. The team is likely to retain Kevin Porter Jr., and most everyone I've spoken to assume Brooke Lopez is gone. Lopez might be one of the bigger names on the market.
Bigger names. How good do they think Brooke Lopez is?
I know.
Because if you just account for his play this year, yeah, sometimes he wasn't disastrous, but he's also getting a year older. Like, just add that too. I don't know how much
He'll be
is
a good backup.
he really going for? Yeah, I guess sometimes he'll play, but because he's also not a good rebounder. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Non-rebounding, non-running the court backup center that can only shoot threes sometimes. And if he's standing still, can be a good paint defense. Yeah.
Um,
And he's old.
Continuing on with NBA Central reports, the Suns are reportedly prioritizing acquiring a center in a Kevin Durant trade. Quote: The Suns have indicated to teams that center is a premium for them in any KD talks. He might stick around, but their biggest interest is in solving the center position, which has been a disaster since moving on from Aiton.
I'll give you Joel Embiid and Paul George for Devin Booker and Kevin Durant.
Well, I'll give you Brooke Lopez
Brooke
and
Lopez.
Bobby Portis for Booker and KD.
Oh, wow.
I'll
Book
give,
and KD.
I'll
Okay.
give you Gobert for KD.
Then there you go.
Probably
Who do you think they're actually going after?
Maybe Gobert.
Nas Reed, who's not
Nasir is a free agent
Not
unless
even
they do a
signed.
sign and trade.
true.
Same with Brooke, though.
Bam Adebayo. No, he's too good to.
Oh, maybe. No, I don't know, man. I guess
They could ship him off
the Heat aren't in love. Yeah. Why would you want to do that?
because they've got Khalil Ware
What if
as well.
Isaiah Hardenstein? Oh, baby.
Reunite KD.
One of the
That's what I'm saying.
comments is, "I know just the player you've been looking for," and it's a GIF of Nikola Vucevic.
Oh, yeah. I'll give him a Dembona. Young star. Superstar in the making. And Paul George.
Oh, this is a real trade offer or something. I don't know. Somebody said in the comments, Rudy Dillingham sign and trade. Nikhil Alexander Walker pick 17 and 31 this year and a future first for
And
KD.
then did they retain Randall in that scenario?
I don't know. It's not saying anything in the comments.
I know.
Yeah, it does. Because somebody said the Wolves wouldn't do this, and they replied and said Nas Reed, Randall, Durant, McDaniels, Ant.
Yeah. It's not the worst. The depth is gone now.
Mm-hmm.
But KD is nasty.
And
54
then
is
somebody
OD
said
from...
Nas Reed is not a starter, and they wouldn't want a second ball handler.
He is.
And he
He's a
said if
starter
we
on a lot
trade
of...
Rudy, Nas would be a starter. And somebody said, and I'm saying he's not good enough to be a starter. He's going to be like Jamal Crawford. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the Chet thing where he says, like, 54 is OD from tray ball shooting hang pulls?
No.
I've not seen that. You know what that
Mm-mm.
means? Does that words mean anything to you?
No.
It was Katie dropped 54 one time, and Chet was told that about it in the presser. And the way he responded was 54 is OD from tray ball shooting hang pulls. Because he's just talking black. Like that is one of the most funny sentences ever. And have you seen his like Thanksgiving? Like his Thanksgiving food?
Yeah, like collard greens and
Yeah, you know the yams. No, he's so funny.
he's from Minnesota.
Yes, he is. He's
Suburbs of
from Minnesota. He's about that life.
Yep.
He is so funny. Okay.
All right.
Keep it rolling.
Lastly, last NBA topic, we have Sacramento is motivated to find a long-term solution at point guard and has shown interest in
Don't
Darius Garland
care.
and Trey Young per NBA
You
Central.
can't get either of them. You
Womp,
can't get either
womp,
of them.
womp.
Which it's interesting to trade away De'Aaron Fox, and now they want a long-term
You
point
don't get
guard, which
either
I
of
feel
them.
like
Well,
it's
Fox
like, what
was
is
like
that going
basically
to do?
remember, Fox basically told the front office, "I want to be here, but trade me if it's not looking good." So they did right by him and traded him. I know that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kings are
The
just
Kings
so
fucking suck.
not good. They're
Well, they have
Bulls 2.0.
Sabonis. Yeah, Sabonis is dog shit. Sabonis is so bad.
Yeah, they need to blow it up.
Yeah, even though
It's kind of already blown up.
they're fuck. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, yep. Thank you guys for listening to our NBA segment. Now we're gonna shift
How
gears
long was
to
that?
NFL. Um, Kenna,
What?
how long?
Huh?
Time.
Like 30
Time.
minutes?
Time check.
31? 31?
31. So,
Heard.
we came into today saying we're not gonna have like a NFL segment because like nothing's going on. But now we have like 9 different topics. So we're gonna go top down. First things first.
Realistically,
We
changed
probably
my
all
mic.
saw it coming, but Aaron Rodgers has signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1-year deal, $19.5 million. Now that it's set in stone, deal is done. How do you all feel about A-Rod and the Steelers this upcoming year?
I think it was classic A-Rod. He shows up right before mandatory minicamp happens, and he shows up in a wedding ring. The dude is not married. Don't know what he's doing there. Did you see it? Did you see that?
Yeah, but I saw that he said, quote, he's been married for a few months.
What a guy. He's so funny. It's just a
Yep,
classic
he's
A-Rod.
so mysterious.
I think it'll be about the same as last year. If you look at the Jets and the Pittsburgh's EPA per pass play, it was pretty similar. And I don't know how him and Arthur Smith's run the ball like it's nobody's business type offense is going to mesh with
And
a guy that wants to throw all the time.
how is A-Rod gonna mesh with DK?
Yeah, a lot of Arthur Smith's, a lot of his like sets
Philosophy?
sets. He only
Oh,
has 1 or 2 wide receivers out there, and Rodgers wants more choices than that. You know he does.
yep.
So it's going to be interesting. I don't think the Steelers organization, I mean, at least they might be, is the type to bend to Rodgers' will like the Jets were. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So that might be better.
Yeah. And like I said with DK, he's more of a physicality guy, throw it up deep and get him in position to make that 50-50 catch. But A-Rod, he loves his route running, you know, underneath guys, Devontae Adams. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that works because that's not A-Rod's forte and it's not DK's forte to be a route runner.
Mm-hmm. It's not at all. I know, it is going to be weird what he does.
Yeah. I feel like it's just going to be like kind of like a Jordan Love-ish situation where A-Rod's going to teach Will Howard and Will Howard is going to maybe pan out to a mediocre to average quarterback.
There's one thing you know about Kenneth. It's every young quarterback he'll have some hope for.
And I'm
I don't
usually
know.
kind of right about it.
Are you?
Sam Howell was good and then fell off.
No, he
right?
wasn't.
Sam Howell was good.
No, he had like a good week.
He had a good half of the season.
He was like top 5 in
Yeah.
fantasy quarterbacks, but he wasn't like good. Wasn't a good quarterback. He was a good fantasy.
The old fantasy lookers.
The good
Yeah.
the fantasy level of rookies.
So
I was high on Bo Nix. I'm a believer,
he's okay.
and he's pretty good. And Bryce Young, I was pretty
He's
good
at
on
least
him,
not
and now
awful now.
he's decent. Yep.
Yeah, he had a good second half.
Yep.
JJ McCarthy coming up.
JJ McCarthy's gotta ball out. You already know.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Quarterbacks.
A-Rod.
Oh, yeah, he'll do fine. I don't know. Let's go. Let's get out
All
of
right.
this.
Speaking of old people at their position going to new teams, Nick Chubb has
28.
signed with the Houston Texans.
Let's
And
see. I
he
can't wait to see it.
is going to be a running mate with Joe Mixon. I do
Mixon.
love this because who's the Texans backup running back that was good for a year and then fell off a cliff?
Um,
Talk about not Mixon.
no. It was
Damian Pierce.
Yeah, Damian
Pierce fell off. His Linsandy run was over after that 1 year. And so they really needed a backup running back. I mean, I have Joe Mixon in Dynasty, and it was just like every time he was off the field, it was so awful. So I think it's a good signing because they're not the same player at all. Joe Mixon's more of a rack guy, get out, catch them the ball, screens, and obviously Nick Chubb's hand him the ball and he's going to run through some people. So I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
I hope he does good. He posted on his Instagram, I think this morning or yesterday, and it was a picture of him, a young version of him, I think in like high school or something, middle school, high school, and it was just that. And I'm excited to see him ball out in Houston, and I think they'll do good. D'Amico Ryan's a good head coach. And obviously you saw how Joe Mixon was last year. They're going to use Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Kind of like how Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon was in Green Bay. But Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon are better.
Third down back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just set the record straight. Nick Chubb is 29 years old and he turns 30 later this year.
In December.
He's that old.
Yep. 4 days before New Year.
He was drafted in the same draft class with Baker Mayfield.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Baker?
29, maybe, as well. That's my guess. Baker age 30. Turned 30 2 months ago.
Yep.
I didn't know this happened, so this is live reaction. J.K. Dobbins signed with the Broncos.
Yep. That was like a few hours ago.
Oh.
I really like it for them.
Yep.
I think it's literally like the same thing as Javonte Williams, but JK's better when he's healthy.
Oh yeah. And JK managed to stay healthy last year. And that deal also makes him the 19th highest paid running back in the NFL.
It's about right.
It's like $5 mil a year. $5 mil for 1 year, I think, is the deal.
And who did they draft? What running back did they draft?
RJ Harvey or some?
Oh, no, from UNC, right?
Amari
Hampton.
RJ Hampton. Marion Hampton did not go there. Where'd he go? I forgot where he went.
Amarion?
No, Chargers. He was JK's replacement. I forgot who they got.
RJ Harvey.
Okay.
Who the fuck is that?
UCF.
Okay.
Yep. His senior year, he had 22 touchdowns, 1,600 yards on 232 attempts in 12 games, 267 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, 25 touchdowns from scrimmage. Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Sounds like a
Mhm.
good stat line
Oh
to
yeah.
have. He's 5'8", just under 200. He returned some punts and kicks a little bit. He passed a little bit too.
Really?
Yeah. 18 yards, 75% completion percentage in his entire career. 3 for 4.
Not
QB
bad.
rating of 331.8. He has 1 touchdown passing. That's pretty good. Pretty
That's
good.
at least one.
That is at least one.
Yep.
And that's about it, pretty much.
All right. Kenneth added this next one. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks jacked. Quote.
That
Hopefully, it's a better second year.
That is what Underdog NFL tweeted. Love my boys at Underdog. And yeah. Pretty much it.
Yep.
And NBA Centel kind of repeated the exact same thing and said Luka looks jacked.
Okay.
Nice.
Per the NBA Centel.
All right. Next, this happened yesterday.
Yep.
Jair Alexander was released by the Packers. This had been coming. This had been
Yeah,
brewing
it was
for a
hard
couple
to. It
months
was.
now.
Remember, I saw a report that it was hard to trade him because of the fact that I think he's making 17 million next year,
Mm-hmm.
and so they released him. Do you remember? Was it last year that he wasn't named a captain, but he went out on the field, did the coin flip, and then got suspended for a game?
That sounds familiar.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We'll go
Yeah.
go with it. Yep. That it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
He was suspended for 1 game in 2023 for conduct detrimental to the team. He was not named a captain, participated in pregame coin toss, and nearly botched the selection of possession, potentially costing the team the choice.
Great.
It is funny though.
That is
Yeah,
indeed funny.
it was it was last season.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Jalen Ramsey, another cornerback, isn't reporting to mandatory training camp as both sides work to get a trade for him. What's his name? Mike McDan. What's the coach's name?
Mike
Mike
McDaniel.
McDaniels, yeah. You got it
Okay.
right.
He was asked, how are you feeling right now with it taking so long to get a trade going? And he said, I don't care about how I feel.
The cornerback room, if they lose Jalen Ramsey, will be so bad. Holy,
Yeah.
it'll be bad. So, that's all I got. I mean, the Dolphins, I think, have like a top 15 defense, but if they lose him, it's all the way down to like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna go into a rebuild soon.
But yeah, I mean, maybe for a year they try to suck, but like, I don't even know. Again, they already have like, you see, they have pieces. They have Hill, they have Waddle, they have Achan, they have Tua. When Tua's healthy, they have like a top offense.
Yeah.
So
And their defensive line
their
is pretty
defense
good.
is solid.
Their
Yeah.
linebackers are probably one of the best.
Yeah, no, I think their front
Yeah.
seven is underrated.
Yeah.
So you combine all that, it's like, what do we need to rebuild? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you already have those pieces.
Yeah. I
Like I know, like yeah, like what do you even do? Like what do you even do? Like you just like I guess we suck. Like we just put our eggs in the wrong basket and we just suck.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
It'd be hard to really change or rebuild from that.
That's what I'm saying. I
Especially
guess
if
like
it's like especially if it's I don't know if it's like you're just mediocre to like average every year.
I know. Sucks for them because they have cool colors, but
Yeah.
They do.
they can't. They are pussies, so can't play in the cold. Bunch of pretty boys. It's fine. Okay. We keep riding.
Yep.
Awesome sauce.
Next we have Trey Hendrickson isn't reporting to mandatory training camp, and Shamar Stewart is only spectating as both defensive guys want a contract. Shamar Stewart said in press conference earlier today is that he is 100% right. It should be a no-brainer. In Trey's case, it should be a no-brainer too. I'm not asking for nothing y'all have never done before, but y'all, Bengals, just
Mhm.
want to win arguments more than winning games, in my opinion.
What a start to your time at a franchise is all I have to say. Showing up with a bang.
Yeah.
Do you think fans are annoyed or like, yeah, our front office sucks? Because with Trey, it makes sense if to say if our front office sucked because they've communicated bad, but with the other one, like with Shamar, he's a rookie. So like, what do you even say? Like, you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the things he's saying is like, is like they're not communicating. They just want to win arguments, which would also feed into the fact that they suck as a front office. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So like, where if you're, do you know what the fans are saying?
No. I mean, I don't know who's a fan, who's not,
You
but
mean like in Twitter?
they, yeah, but some people are saying the ego of this guy to be a rookie and to be holding out, and other people are saying um this is just the Bengals being the Bengals. Hello?
Yo.
Did Andrew die?
He's just muted. Well,
Nice.
I'm looking, but some people are saying that he's getting screwed over bad. Since when does the CBA not give out a set amount for rookie deals?
Sorry, I was talking with a parent.
Nice.
Let's keep rolling. Oh, the dude quit. Sorry, irrelevant. Keep rolling.
Yep.
Okay, what else we got?
Kirk Cousins.
All right.
Kurt.
Kirk Cousins get ready to learn clipboard. He also reported to training camp today. Kirk Cousins probably not going to get traded until maybe during the season if like a QB injury happens and like a contending team needs a backup. But he's going to be with the team the rest of the summer, and he finally reported to training camp today. And Raheem Morris said he is a high caliber human being, and he is not getting in the way of the
I love that.
development of Penix.
I love that so much. They're like, he's a good guy. He's ready to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Keep the drama down. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Cool. This is what it seemed like it was always going to, right? This was the outcome. He
Yeah.
doesn't get traded because who really wants him, and then
Yeah.
just sitting on the bench.
Yep. Which, like I've stated before, I think it's good because we don't have first round picks. So if Penix does get injured, which he has had a few major injuries in his collegiate career, then we have a very good backup to keep us afloat.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Yep. All right. That concludes our NFL
NFL.
segment.
Anthony Richardson.
Um,
What about
a
him? Oh, he's
Rich,
out for the year. God, that sucks.
not for the year, not that I've seen.
Really?
He
I've
just
seen that it
is going to
was
miss
season ending.
the beginning of the regular season, which means it's Danny Dimes' team.
He might do okay.
Yeah.
He might do fine.
He's getting the AC joint rechecked.
I actually like the wide receiver room for the Colts minus Pittman. I actually like who's that white guy that goes far?
Alec Pierce.
I like Pierce.
I actually like him, and I like Josh Downs a lot too. I just don't think Pittman's a one.
You know what? Danny Dimes is Danny Dimes.
Yeah, he is. He can run. He's Vanilla Vic, as they say.
Yep.
Vanilla Vic is so funny.
And that's it for our NFL segment.
Also,
Keep rolling.
Anthony Richardson has like 700 pass attempts since high school.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he hasn't played a lot. Again, he's only really completed one full NFL season. If you're actually going for games played.
Yeah.
So it's like the world is still his oyster, and he can still improve. Again, I've been a big Tony believer just because of the pure physical attributes, and maybe it's a little bit because I am looking on the Josh Allen path too much, which is unrealistic. But he still is. He still has some crazy throws. He just needs to fix whatever is in between his mind, because his running and arm is great. Like A plus. Like he has a crazy arm, and he has crazy athleticism and size. If he can just fix his brain, then he could be very, very good.
Yep.
But if that happens,
All
who
right.
knows?
And moving on to our MLB segment. Yeah, take us away.
Woo! It's my turn. My time. My time to shine. First and foremost, Roman Anthony, #1 MLB prospect, gets called up the other day. Woohoo! Finally. Yep. He goes hitless in his debut though, but it's okay. So did Jack Caglianone, and it's okay. Corbin Burns update from last podcast episode. If y'all didn't watch that, Corbin Burns, they said elbow inflammation and whatnot. They didn't know what was going on with him, and he said elbow's dead, it's done, and he got Tommy John surgery. Unfortunate for him. I'm gonna save this one for last because it's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go over the players of the week. It's gonna be for National League. It's Pete Alonso. He batted .400 batting average with 1.452 OPS, 5 home runs, and 15 RBIs. That's pretty good. And for the American League, it's Vinny Pasquantino. Batted .500, 1.3 OPS, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs. Another one. It's not player of the week, but it's just another prospect that was a few years ago. I don't know if y'all know who this is or recall him, but back in the day when he was like 16, 17, he was hitting absolute nukes, like 400 footers at 16, 17 years old. And if you look him up, Blaze Jordan is making his way closer and closer to the league. I'm not going to play the clip of him because I didn't find a clip. I didn't really look for one. But there's a clip of him hitting at Arizona Diamondback Stadium when he was 16 or 17 years old or something like that. And he hits an absolute towering shot, 400 plus feet, and it's insane. And he just goes viral. He gets drafted at 17 years old by the Red Sox, by the way.
It's crazy how young they can go.
Yep.
Yeah.
He specifically graduated early just so he could get drafted at 17. I don't know if y'all saw this on Twitter because it probably should show up on your Twitter feed. Catch of the year. I've currently got
saw
the
it on IG.
I've currently got the catch of the year. I'm on ESPN on my computer, so I'm gonna play it for Andrew if you didn't see it.
I have not seen it. I'm not gonna lie
Well,
to you.
hop into the
Changing voices.
screen share, and we'll watch.
Here now. Hello.
You
Can you hear
bet.
me?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm on here now.
All right.
Um, 1 second. I think I have to leave. This happened last time when you tried to stream. I have to leave the Discord and then come back.
Okay.
All right. You can come back to the catch then or whatever.
All
For
right.
wrestling us.
So this recently just happened, like while live on the podcast. I didn't want to break the news because it's a minor league deal. Craig Kimbrell got DFA'd a few days ago by the Braves, and now he signed a minor league deal with the Texas Rangers. Ben, how do you feel?
It's unfortunate that we DFA'd
Okay.
him after so little time, and
Okay,
we
now.
also just got done with a 7-game losing streak, so that's great.
Yep. Craig Kimbrell.
Hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Craig Kimbrell.
Is that Mike Trout at bat, or is that just another white guy on the
It's just a
Angels?
white guy on the Angels before Mike Trout. But
Good try, though.
we're going over Craig Kimbrell real quick, and then we'll hop on to the catch. Minor league deal,
Sorry.
Craig Kimbrell. Ben said it sucks because they just got off a 7-game losing streak and whatnot. I feel like they shouldn't have DFA'd him. They should have kept him, let it ride, unless they really needed to DFA him or he was like an emergency spot reliever because of an injury, which could definitely have happened. But he's on the Rangers now, and it's unfortunate, but he went to the retirement home in Texas. And let's play the clip of Denzel Clark of the Athletics.
Denzel Clark racing back. He's all the way back. He's at the wall. He climbs it. He caught it. I can't believe it. Denzel
That's crazy.
Yep.
Oakland's got one thing going for him.
Completely over the wall.
Not Oakland. Oops.
The A's.
The Athletics.
Yeah. The Los
They're
Angeles.
the only
Las
major
Vegas
sports team
A's.
without a location in their names.
I kind of fuck with the ballpark though right now. The vibe is crazy. I would want to go to games all the time just because of how shitty it is. And I don't think it's crazy money, and you're able to see like top talent against them. I think that's cool. But yeah.
Yep. That's the catch. Yep. Denzel Clark, dog. That was pretty cool. And then lastly, for the MLB portion, Rob Manfred is partnering with the AUSL, and that's the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, to make like a first real like big softball league, which is really good for like softball players, especially because college is like usually the top level for softball, and then it's just done.
There's no professional softball league.
Yeah, it's the only real like good thing Rob Manfred has done.
Who is that?
The
The
commissioner of MLB.
Oh, what else does he do? What else has he done?
He's
That's like
done
not good.
I don't like the pitch clock.
He added the pitch clock.
Other fun stuff like that.
What else did he do?
Is
'Cause
he
I
doing
watched
anything bad?
the Baseball Doesn't Exist
Yeah.
about Manfred, and he's pretty good. He's a good commissioner. Everybody hates him. His
Yeah.
pitch clock's good.
Pitch clock, I
they're-
feel like pitch clock is okay. It differs.
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like
it makes baseball.
Has it actually sped up pace of play?
Oh, 1,000,000,000%.
Oh well, then yeah, it's good then.
Because you would have games that go like 4 or 5 hours, and now
Yeah, it's good
games
then.
are
I
like
think that's-
2.5 hours max. Unless you go
I
to
think then,
extras
yeah,
and
it's-
whatnot.
Yeah.
And he added the runner starting on second base and extras.
I feel like that's not. I don't like that rule. I'm gonna be honest. I
Is
don't.
that the same rule in the playoffs? Did the runner start on second?
I don't think so. I
well,
think
then
it's
it's good.
only for the regular
There's
season.
182 games.
162.
Let's- Okay, then let's speed one. Let's speed a couple.
Speed the regular season up, and then playoffs
Well, then yeah, that
make
is
it
good
as
then.
long
Yeah,
as
yeah, that-
possible.
Because if it was in the playoffs, then I don't like it. But in the regular season, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I feel like. What are y'all thoughts on robot umpires?
I don't know, dude. I see so many fucking dog shit clips of just the worst umps on earth.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. It was
like,
funny how
I
that guy tapped his helmet and he got ejected.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, that's happened multiple times. If you're just
I feel like
But-
ABS, the robot umpire system, should only be for challenges.
like, it
Like
is right
you
now.
should. It's not. I mean, yeah, exactly how it is. But like, imagine close game, 3-2 count, or like 3-2 count World Series, and next thing you know, it's a borderline call, and umpire calls a walk, and catcher
Yeah.
taps his helmet, and it's like strike 3, and then game's over. One team celebrates, and the next thing you know, the other team celebrates and whatnot. It's gonna be fun. I mess with that a lot.
I have a list of things that Rob Manfred has implemented. So the batter must remain in the batter's box. Restrictions on mound visits to speed up game. Pitch clock.
It's a lot of
He
pace of play
expanded the
stuff.
playoffs to include more teams.
What's your
Said what?
opinion on
Nope.
them on doing that?
On what?
Because it's on expanding playoffs. Because it's not like it's just the MLB that's done that. The NBA has expanded with the play-in. Like everyone is expanding playoffs.
I mean, the only time they really expanded the playoffs for the MLB is the COVID year, which is
COVID.
where they made every team a wild card team, and it was a best of 3 series. I love that they changed the wild card to be a best of 3 series instead of just a 1-game series, because
Yeah.
you have teams that go down 1-0 or down 0-1, and then next thing you know, they win the next 2, and then they're in the next game, and then they're in the World Series next thing you know. It's because like the Cardinals, I think one year lost game 1, and I thought they were cooked, and then next thing you know, they made the next round, and it's kind of crazy how I love that. But I think they only expanded it to like have 2 teams be a bye. That's the only real expansion, is they just added 1 extra team, and I like it because there's 30 MLB teams, and you have 6 playoff spots to make, and there's 15 in each, so you have 6 teams in the playoffs. You have 1 seed, 2 seed, with the bye, 3 and 6 play each other, 4 and 5 play each other, and it's like super fair because baseball is always fair. There's always parity every year.
Yeah, there is.
162 games just to, pretty fun. I love it.
Continuing on, he approved the use of no pitch intentional walks.
I hate
And
that. I hate that.
Really?
I saw a TikTok video, or I saw a video on it like a day or 2 ago, and it was like getting rid of the no pitch intentional walks makes the game like lose its opportunity, like the opportunities of like next thing you know, the pitcher throws 4 straight intentional walk balls. You have people that hit the ball, like the pitcher misses the spot, it's an overthrow, runner comes home, or like runner advances. Next thing you know, the next batter, pitcher can't find the zone because of it. It just makes like the game like better. Like, yeah, it's pace of play, but like it makes the game more interesting that way. If you have 4-pitch intentional walk, like let's say, yeah, batters can still hit the ball during their intentional walk if they want to. And yeah, I feel like they need to bring pitching for an intentional walk and whatnot. Because also if you intentionally walk, I don't think it counts towards your pitch count for like younger kids and whatnot. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. Yep.
All right, and then last two things is he also pushed for other rule changes such as limiting defensive shifts and setting a 3-batter minimum for relievers.
I like both of those rules. Low key. I think the shifting rule, the shifting rule is you have to have every fielder in the infield. Like they can't be on the outfield grass. And I think it's a max of 4 or no. You're able to have like a 5th infielder or like an extra infielder, but they have to be on the dirt. And it's a pretty good, rule because I feel like y'all may have seen clips of like a fielder like all the way in right field and then 3 fielders on one side, one fielder or the first baseman playing his position and whatnot, and it's kind of crazy. And it's
I heard.
And then what was the other rule?
The shifts,
The other one?
the 3 reliever batter.
Yeah, that one's
Batter,
just self-explanatory because you have one pitcher come in, strike him out, then you bring in another one, strike him out, bring in another one, strike him out, or whatever. It's just about pace of play at that point for that. I like it because like, what if one guy has the yips or the other team just rakes off of them for 3 batters? It gives them a chance to take advantage of that. And yeah.
Heard?
Anything else?
Heard.
That's it from
Nope.
that. The College
Yeah.
Baseball
I think
World
so.
Series, the Super Regionals is over, and there's some surprises. There's some crazy teams that made it out, and we have 8 teams. Final 8 is here. Murray State is one of them. They
Wow.
beat Duke. They're I think I want to get this stat right. I think I saw where they're one of the 4 seeds to make it out of a super regional. I'm not 100% sure on that stat, but I think they're one of the 4. Oh, here it is. Here's the thing.
The NCAA.
Okay. Well, why are we
change to do more for today's students?
There we go. Mute the site. There we go. Becoming just the 4th number 4 seed in history to reach Omaha. As you know, regionals, it's a 4-team round robin tournament, like a 4-team tournament, and they made it out of the regionals and then the super regionals, and now they're in the College World Series as the 4 seed, and it's kind of crazy. Stony Brook was the last team to make it out, and then Fresno State. That was with no, I'm not going to say it. I don't know. And then what was the last team? No, that's it.
Heard.
That's kind of crazy. Do y'all know who's in it?
I haven't watched.
Well, I'm about to tell you. We've got Coastal Carolina, Arizona, Oregon State, Louisville, UCLA, Murray State, Arkansas, and LSU. Out of those 8 teams, who do y'all want to win? Without really knowing much of it about baseball for college.
Not Arkansas.
Not Arkansas.
I can say that.
Florida State,
Oregon State.
Florida.
Florida's not in it.
You said Oregon.
Florida State isn't.
Oregon State.
Well, Florida State lost.
Florida State's not in it.
Heard. Then I don't know.
Great.
Great stuff.
Great stuff. Well, this is who I want to win. I want Coastal Carolina to win. I love my boys down in South
Wait,
Carolina.
were we talking about softball?
Baseball. Softball's over.
What?
Florida
State's playing Oregon State.
Louisville's playing Oregon State. What are we on? What are we on?
No.
This is college baseball.
Yeah, Florida State Seminoles.
They're
What is
not
the discrepancy here?
They're not in the tournament. They're not in Omaha. I'm looking at the bracket right here.
Seminoles lost 6 hours ago or something
I don't know.
to Oregon State in Super Regionals.
Talking about.
I don't know. We're on some. He's on some. A little bit.
Oh.
You on something right now?
What? FSU lost in the Super Regionals.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your obsession with Florida State?
I just wanted them to win. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
They got eliminated.
Oh. Oh. Well, who do you want to win now?
I don't care.
Great. Well, I want Coastal Carolina to win. One of my friends from back when I played in high school, he's on that team. He's currently hurt. He's currently hurt. I think he's got Tommy John as well. Tommy John surgery or whatever. But yeah, he's on that team. He used to play at UVA, but then he transferred because Coastal Carolina's a billion times better than UVA at baseball, because Coastal Carolina is my personal favorite team in terms of college baseball. Obviously Oregon's my favorite college of like every sport, but Coastal Carolina for baseball, I love them. I want them to win because of friend. His name is Colin McKay, for those of you who are watching. But yeah, I want LSU and Coastal Carolina to make the national championship, and it'll be an amazing 3-game series. And yeah, boom. That's it for baseball talk.
All right.
Well, that's all we got for this episode then, right? Or anything else?
There's some.
I was going to talk about Stanley Cup Finals.
It's gonna
I
be
haven't
like
watched
the
any.
quickest thing of all time.
I haven't watched any, so I
It'll
don't
be
even know what's happening.
it'll be the quickest 5 minutes of your life. Electric back-to-back OT games for game 1 and 2, with game 2 going to double OT. Game 1, Connor McDavid is clutch, game-winning shot.
He's the best player in the world, right?
He's one of the best players in the world. Some people debate him and Alex Ovechkin.
Isn't Ovechkin like 90 billion years old?
Yeah, but he's also he's still one of the best in the league.
I know he's still good, but there's levels to this, right? There's athleticism.
I mean, he's been playing. He's kind of like the LeBron of hockey. He's like he's played for about the same time as LeBron and has played.
Actually, I can speak on this debate right here, because a lot of people are like, well, Ovechkin might lead in points. Who's the other guy?
Who?
Gretzky's still the GOAT.
Wayne Gretzky? Oh, Gretzky's 100% the GOAT.
And then a lot of people were trying to compare that to Bron and Jordan, but the difference is that while Bron obviously got the points, it's also the assists, which Gretzky kills Ovechkin on.
Yep.
Bron has the assists, so like
Yep.
he's both of them. He's the GOAT. Lil Bron Glaze.
Wayne Gretzky's
Okay.
the GOAT.
Mhm.
Alex Ovechkin is a really great player. Debatably, he's definitely in the top 3 conversation, and I don't think he's number 3. But yeah, Connor McDavid, best player in the world, I will say. Currently, Wayne Gretzky's still alive, so
Mhm.
you know,
Yes, he is.
if he played today's game, he would, still do the same numbers. He would still be good. He was just that good. Brad Marchand, he used to be on the Bruins for ball knowledge. But he's on the Panthers this time around. He hits the game winner in double OT. And then game 3 comes around, and they dominated. Panthers dominated the Oilers 6-1, and it was pretty great for them. Florida Panthers lead 2-1 in the series. We'll see game 4 on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TNT, Max, or True TV. Go Oilers. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I also agree. I don't want the Canadian fuckers to win.
Well, the Oilers are the
Yeah,
Canadian
same.
fuckers.
Oh, wait. Oops. Well, then I'm rooting for
Oh.
Florida.
I want Florida to win.
You don't want?
I mean,
I do.
I want Connor McDavid to
But-
get a ring.
Third. I don't want Canada.
I could care less about that. I want to see Connor McDavid with a ring. He's a dog.
I heard. Okay.
That's it for our hockey
Is that
segment.
the pod?
That's it for our hockey segment.
That's it for our sports segment. Kenneth, how was your live stream today? I heard you were on Twitch. How did that go?
Yeah, come check me out on Twitch twitch.tv/infinite_Kenny. Shout out for that plug. I started off today as Plat 3. I played Rivals. I was a dog today a little bit. But went from Plat 3, started off, and then ended up at Plat 2, and that's it.
Great. What's our
Yep.
timestamp right now?
1:18.
Sweet. It's a good little pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys want to say anything else before we get out of here?
Are y'all gonna be hooping tomorrow?
I
It's Wednesday. It's the taste
I
Oh,
don't.
I
hoop
might.
session.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
I might. Yeah.
Heard.
Oh,
All right.
Cool.
cool.
Okay.
Go ahead and get us out
Well,
of here, Andrew.
yeah, I mean, I'm doing it. We'll hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Tastebuds podcast. And as always, remember to have a very tasty day.